You know that feeling when you're staring at the wall and your life feels like a paused movie, but you're the one who hid the remote? Yeah, INFJ rut. And if you're like me, when that rut hits, you don't just feel stuck, you start spiraling, questioning everything. Who you are, what you're doing, and why you even tried. Today, I want to walk you through 5 surprisingly sneaky reasons why INFJs get stuck in a rut. And I swear, number 5 is the one that finally made me go, oh crap, that's it. So stick around, because if you've been stuck lately, this might be exactly what you need to hear. Hello everybody, I'm Sam and I'm an Australian-based online counsellor for INFJs, introverts, empaths, neurodivergent people, and basically anybody that feels misunderstood. Now, it's winter here in Australia and I am freezing, which is a bit silly because I live in Queensland, which is like one of the warmest parts of Australia. But oh my gosh, I am so cold. So reason number 1 why INFJs might get stuck in a rut is because you're trying to do things the normal way. INFJs we're masters of shape-shifting, and you've probably spent your whole life watching how other people do things, picking up strategies, reading the room, adapting. But the truth? What works for most people probably won't work for you. You're not meant for the mainstream path. You're here to carve something a little weirder, a little wiser. And if you're stuck, it might be because you're following someone else's roadmap to a destination that doesn't even light you up. And I know that is certainly true for me in online business. As an INFJ, I would, watch YouTube videos, read books about how to create a successful online business, not realizing that a lot of these coaches were giving advice for those extroverted people, the people with abundance of energy. And it wasn't until I learnt to apply business strategies for me as an INFJ that I started seeing success. Reason number 2 why an INFJ might get stuck in a rut is you're disconnected from your vision. When an INFJ doesn't have a sense of meaning, it's like cutting off oxygen. Yeah, our meaning, our purpose, all of that is our oxygen. That is what helps us to breathe. You might still be functioning on the outside, working, smiling, replying to the text messages, but on the inside, you're running on empty. If you're in a rut, ask yourself, what's the deeper why that's missing right now? What's the thing your soul is quietly begging you to remember? And I feel like we will always be on that journey of being connected and knowing our why to then feeling disconnected and feeling empty. At least that's been the case for my own life. Reason number 3, you're over-consuming and under-creating. This is a big one. INFJs are obsessed with gathering information from podcasts, books, psychology memes, TikToks about trauma. Not that I personally watch TikTok, but you know the drill. Sometimes though, you're so busy taking everything in that you forget to actually create anything from it. You are here to turn your insight into something meaningful, something tangible. A journal entry, a song, a YouTube video, a conversation, a book, a voice note for your future self. Something. If you're feeling stuck, ask, what is it that I need to express instead of just absorbing? Reason number 5 why INFJs might get stuck in a rut is you're pretending to be fine. We are so good at putting on the I'm fine mask. And sometimes that mask is so convincing that we even believe it ourselves. But a lot of INFJ stuckness, it comes from suppressing emotion. Anger, grief, shame, overwhelm, whatever it is that you've shoved down just to keep functioning. Now, you don't need to fall apart dramatically unless you want to. I'm all for that. I approve of that. I accept you. But maybe you do need to sit down and ask, what have I been pushing away that really needs my attention? What wounds are coming to the surface? What traumas have I just been too afraid to look at? Begin to actually find the courage to look into that. I know it's scary, but sometimes when we get stuck in a rut, it's just a sign that we're ready to find healing. Okay, now reason number 5, this is the big one. This is one that I still struggle with, to be honest. And it's you're trying to do it all alone. So this took a long time for me to admit that I do this, that I want to do it all alone because we're INFJs and that's what we do. We're there for everybody else, but when it comes to us, we won't ask for help and we'll just like isolate ourselves, right? But when I did learn to reach out for support, it was the one that cracked the code for me. So as an INFJ, when we're overwhelmed, we isolate. We disappear when we really need support. Like, I'm talking ghosting, disappearing, ghosting. I'm just thinking about all of the times I've ghosted people when I've gone through huge things in my life. We convince ourselves that if we share it with people, we'll be a burden, or that even if we do share it, no one is gonna get it. So what's the point? But here is the truth, INFJ. Healing happens in connection, in that human to human connection. Even if it's just one safe person, even if it's your therapist, such as myself, or a really good friend, or your partner. Even if it's watching a video like this and you feel that tiny flicker within yourself of me too, it all counts. You don't have to carry this alone. You were never meant to. Now, if you're still here, I just want to say that I see you. And I hope you see yourself more clearly too. And hey, if this video helped you to feel understood, then I would love for you to watch my next video. I would love for you to subscribe to this channel, write a comment about what resonated the most, and give this video a watch because I think it's going to help you feel understood too.